Welcome to the 2020 Clovis Sports Report Fantasy Baseball Draft. I'm joined by Austin Kemp and Jeff Brown.
What's up, guys?
Both of Buchanan fame. 2011. You guys remember that year?
Well, probably a little bit more than we should. I
Yeah.
think we talk about it a little bit too much, but I don't think that'll stop anytime soon.
No, I don't think so either.
Memories last forever.
Well, what we want to do today, because obviously we're in the middle of COVID-19 and shelter in place, and we're missing baseball tremendously. The season was canceled, major leagues, I mean, everywhere. But we wanted to give the Clovis Unified kids just kind of a chance to be recognized. There's not going to be any all-league. There's not going to be any playoffs. There's no track champions, to speak of this year. And so we want to do a fantasy baseball draft to honor these kids. It's kind of in lieu of our all Clovis team that we were going to do at the end of the year. And how it's going to work is we're each going to do a fantasy baseball draft with all the Clovis Unified kids. And we're going to pick players for each position. And we're just going to have a lot of fun with it. And we're going to enjoy ourselves. And we're going to put together three fun teams here. And Austin, you were kind of the brainchild behind this. I remember when you texted me and saying, hey, I got this idea to do a draft with the Clovis Unified kids. So, where did you hear about this and how'd you come up with the idea?
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I mean, my Twitter's pretty obvious, but I'm a pretty big Ohio State football fan. And I listen to a weekly podcast that some guys do. And so since spring football was canceled, they actually did a draft of 11 on offense, 11 on defense. Each person did it. And they were just drafting like if they were picking the spring game on the Ohio State roster. So they did it on a podcast. They drafted and then put it out on Twitter to see who the fans thought would win, who would lose. And just as a fan listening to that, I thought that was super cool. I was super interested in it. And that kind of just popped into my head. I was like, I think this would be super cool to do with the Clovis baseball schools. And then so I called Paul. I was excited about it, and then we kind of got it figured out and ready to go. And I felt like it was right to do this instead of a all Clovis team. I just feel like we couldn't really do an all Clovis team this year because there was 10 games and the Clovis kids didn't even get to play against each other. So how would one determine who are the best players in the area, and how could you justify being on first team, second team if these kids didn't even get to play against each other? So that was just kind of my thinking. But yeah, so let's get into the draft. The rules we're going to have real fast is we're going to go 10 rounds, 8 position players, all right? 8 position players and 2 pitchers. Now, the deal with the pitchers is the pitchers are going to split the game 4 innings, 3 innings. We're going to decide which pitchers we want to do the 4 and 3. But one pitcher has to hit the entire game in that lineup. So when we're drafting, one pitcher is going to have to be a decent hitter. We would think so, or you'll just maybe have an automatic out in that spot.
I thought pitchers are athletes too, though, right?
Yeah, some of them.
Some of them. Okay.
And we're going to do it in a traditional snake draft. So whoever gets the first pick, and Jeff's going to pull names out of a hat here in a second, but whoever gets the first pick picks 1, and then second pick picks 2, and then whoever gets number 3, they're going to get 2 in a row, and then just kind of go back and forth. I think it's going to move pretty smoothly. I think, we're all very familiar with how fantasy sports work.
Yeah.
I know, Austin, you're a big fantasy football guy. And
yeah, I'm a big fantasy football guy, but I never win.
You never win, though?
No, I don't. I'm usually right in the middle.
How about Jeff? Jeff,
I think I've gotten second place once, and I just like donating my money to other players.
Jeff was the worst team this past year in our league.
You know what? It's behind us. We're moving on to the next one.
Moving on. All right, Jeff, you got our names. So how we're going to do it is Jeff's got his fancy hat there. I think we're going to see more of that hat a little bit later in the draft. He's got all 3 of our names written on there. He's going to pull them out. So that's whoever he pulls out first. That's going to be our first drafters. So if you pick your name, Jeff, you're going to have to throw it back. You're going to have to do it again.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah, you earmarked it, didn't you? All right, here we go. The number one pick is
I'm nervous.
Paul Metters.
Oh.
First overall draft pick. And second round, or number 2 pick, Austin Kemp.
Ah.
I wonder who gets the last pick in the draft. This guy. Oh, here we go. Paul's first, Austin's second,
All right.
I will be third.
So I'm on the clock. So
You are on the clock.
I was arguing with Austin yesterday on the phone, talking about our rules. And I really clamored to have the pitcher be able to hit, because there's some stud hitting pitchers.
Yeah.
For that reason, Austin, I knew I had a 33% chance of getting the number 1 pick. And for that reason, it came to fruition.
I already know who this is going to be.
Easy pick, slam dunk, right?
Yeah.
Huh? For me, it is. All right, the number 1
For
pick,
you.
because this dude's a Division I pitcher, and he can mash. All right, I'm getting Noah Beal of Clovis. He's my number 1 pick. He's going to be my number 1 starter, probably hit third in the lineup. So, boom, put on the board, number 1 pick, Noah Beal, Clovis.
All right, Noah Beal, and he is a pitcher for you.
He is a pitcher of the ball.
Pitcher of the ball.
All right. So we got Noah Beal, Clovis high off the board, and kind of like what Paul said, he can do both. He can swing, he can pitch. He hit upwards of 350 last year and was on the pretty much the same pace this year. So, yeah, good pick, Noah Beal, number 1 overall. All right. The second pick of the draft is going to be, do I want to go pitcher? Do I want to go position player?
Ooh.
I'm going to take a pitcher-only guy.
Yep.
He's not going to hit in my lineup. And I'm going to take righty Isaac AYON from Buchanan and put him as my number 1 pitcher. AYON was 10-0 in his Buchanan career, unbeaten, obviously. This year against Turlock was probably the best I've ever seen him pitched. 6 innings, 1 run against Turlock, state-ranked team. And he's a guy who was sitting about 93, 94 the first couple innings. But throughout the game, he was able to keep his 90-plus mile per hour throughout the game, all 6 innings. Pretty rare to see out of the pitcher. I mean, at least in this area to be able to carry that velocity the whole way. So I like what I have with Isaac AYON, and he's my first pick.
There you go. There you go. You're set. You're set. All right, JB, you get yourself 2 picks.
All right, third and fourth pick. So the end of the first round, my guy, if I would have got the first overall, I think he would have been my first overall pick, but he fell down in my sense. I'm going to go with a pitcher. I'm looking for that pitcher /hitter. So out of Clovis North, lefty Riley Cooper. It's going to be my first pitcher, first pick. He is also going to be hitting for me. So I want to get that out of the way. Right there, he's signed with Arizona. I think he finally had his second and third loss this year, I believe it was. 3-year starter for Clovis.
In his career.
In his career, that's correct. Yeah. One loss going into the season. He's a competitor on the mound. He's a Friday night guy. Multiple games that I've been to, he's coming off the mound after a strikeout, after a great play on defense, and he is fired up, getting his team going, getting them ready for the next inning. He wants his guys to score. He's out there pumping strikes, and he's a competitor I want to see on my mound, for this game. And with that, now I'm on my fourth pick.
And we got the start of the second round here, second round.
All right, now it comes to the nitty-gritty. So this guy, let's see, what do I want to do? Oof, tough already. It's tough already, all right? I want to make sure my team
– already. Come on.
All right, so I'm going to go with another pitcher. This guy's not going to hit for me, which, well, I mean, you only get one guy that can hit for pitching. I'm going to go out of Clovis East, Tyler Parker. I've been watching him. I've always been – I mean, Austin can tell. I've been high on Clovis East all beginning of this year. they just need that one little extra step. You know, Coach Smith is definitely helping out over there. And I think Tyler Parker on the bump Friday nights, he gives his chance to win every single time he's out there. Great attitude. He's signed with FPU. He's going to come out there with pump strikes. And I just love what he does. As a former catcher, you know, you can see a little bit different things with pitchers, and he's just got something in there that on the bump I really do like out there.
All right, so we got Tyler Parker off the board in the second round. My second pick in the second round, I am going to go my pitcher who is also going to hit for me. So
all right.
And it's going to be AYON Henderson from Clovis West.
Oh.
Lefty. I think, so we talked about it. If you read our season previews, he had an okay year last year as a junior. He would have told you he walked too many people, but he was really starting to look dominant as his senior year was progressing. His last couple starts, he was dominant. 39 strikeouts in 20 innings pitched this year. And at the plate, he was hitting 348 with 2 home runs. Big time swing, big time power potential. He's going to Fresno State. So I'll go AYON Henderson as my second pitcher and my hitter who will be in there the entire game.
All right. Hey, good pick. All right. So you left me with 2 great options, Austin, at shortstop. Man, I'm taking one of these 2 dudes. I think you know who I'm talking about. But, man, I'm going Timo Becerra of Buchanan. Stud, committed to Stanford, a junior. You obviously want to be strong up the middle. That's my guy right there. All right, so – and I get one more pick.
Mm-hmm. You can technically – not that this needs to be said, but you could wait on your final pitcher probably till the last pick because we both have our pitchers taken up. Yeah, so
that's the fantasy draft strategy,
right.
Austin.
Yeah,
hey, come on.
It's like there's pitchers available right now who are probably second or third round talents, but you're going to probably be picked in the last round because of how it's worked out. But it's the mind game.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'm all over that. All right, so I'm going to take a little more power. All right, I think the track isn't known for a lot of power this year, as in years past. But so I need a little power. I'm taking Art Navarrete of Clovis West. Dude can mash, left-handed hitter. So there's my first baseman, Navarrete,
okay.
Clovis West.
BEAL and Navarrete are off the board at first base.
Yeah, that's
okay. All right. Let me write that down. Okay. Third round pick for Team Kemp. I am going to go shortstop.
Yep, you have to.
I'll take Brad Senneway.
Yep.
And he's going to anchor my shortstop. He was hitting .538 before the season was canceled. Probably the most underrated player in this section. 7 doubles. And he's another guy who last year he played third. He slid over to short this year, and he's gotten better and better on defense. And he's a guy that should be playing college baseball, and hopefully he gets that opportunity because he can rake. So I'll go Brad Senneway in the third round.
And we liked him in football too, Austin.
Yeah, quarterback.
Okay, so that means I got 3-4 coming up.
Yep.
Okay, so shortstop, I guess I can sit on a little bit now that you guys both have them. You know, you got to play into there. So I'm going to go a second baseman. This guy, senior, out of Clovis North, CASON BROWNELL. I just love him up the middle. I was debating between shortstop, second base in early rounds, but you guys took my shortstop. So second baseman, I want to take him. You know, he's a team leader. Nothing but, you know, high praises for everyone around him. Coach Prieto loves him. You know, he's the guy that I want to build my team around because he'll definitely push those guys around. He's a team player, and I love that about him. And smooth as can be. And one game I went to, he made 2 plays in left field, and it's like, what is that guy doing there? He's got incredible range, and he's gonna lock down that middle of the infield for me.
And just talking to Coach Prieto before the year, he was talking about how CASON was one of his favorite players he's ever coached. And that's coming from a lot because Prieto's been around the game for a super long time. He loves how he's diving around in practice, and CASON makes those plays on game day as well. So it's no surprise his work ethic and practice translates over to some big-time plays in the game. So that's CASON Brownell in the third round.
Third round, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So this next guy, I remember going to practice with Austin, and I saw this sleeve on his arm, and I was like, what has he got going on there? Why is he not wearing, school colors? And he's like, oh, it's because his last name. So I'm going to go with senior Ryan Tiger. Love speed, competitor, hitting 355 this year. Got the little swaggy sleeve. I love that about it. May have influenced my decision a little bit, but he can track down balls in the outfield. He can hit. He kind of does it all for me in the outfield for that. So that's what I'm going to go with is Ryan Tiger.
Okay.
Clovis guy, a Cougar.
Clovis Cougars.
First outfielder off the board, Ryan Tiger. All right. I am going to go with my 4th pick. I am going Reese Kent at third base from Clovis North. He's a junior. He's a guy who, again, not a ton of playing time as a sophomore last year. Talked to Coach Prieto before the season. He's a guy that, according to Coach Prieto, he thinks he could play in the Big West, maybe the Mountain West, maybe a Pac-12 guy in the future. I personally thought when Inouye was out of their lineup early in the year, I think Kent was maybe their best hitter. I like the upside of Kent, and I'm plugging him in at third base on my team. So Reese Kent.
There was some clamoring on Twitter, guys. I don't know if you saw that, for him to be the #1 overall pick, man. Some of his boys were back.
I did. I saw it. So,
hey, 4th round, you can't complain about 4th round.
I can't complain about 4th. And I mean, if he has that big Twitter following, that might be helping my team in the voting.
That's a good point. Oh man, I like my spot right now. I like my spot right now. I'm going Jeff Brown's spot here, man. I'm going his position. I'm going behind the dish. There's lots of good options at catcher.
Break the ice at catcher.
Yep.
Hey, you can't win a Valley Championship without a good catcher, right, guys?
Right.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
This guy was behind the plate for 2 of them.
2.
Back to back.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going Hayden Driggs of Clovis West, going to St. Mary's. Solid guy. I remember seeing him as a sophomore, and he looked older than what he was when he played as a sophomore. I'm like, yeah, was that guy a junior, senior? Like, no, he's a sophomore. So, yeah, so I'm set at the backstop position. All right, now I'm going outfield athlete. Another guy that's going to go Division I, but he's only a junior. I'm going Josh Williams. All right.
Yeah.
So I got Driggs at catcher, and I got Williams in my outfield spot, my first outfield spot.
Right.
All right. I'm liking my team, man. Awesome. This is a big pick for you right here.
I know. All right. I am going to go. I'm thinking about going outfield here. I don't have any outfielders yet. Hey, you're trying to get in my head. It's not going to work. All right. I'm going to go outfield here, and I'm going to pick Nolan Inouye from Clovis North. He is an all-track guy as a junior. He missed some time his senior year with an injury, but he was starting to work his way back the last few games before the season was canceled. Uh, about the best middle approach guy you'll see around this area. Base hit, base hit, base hit. He hit close to 400 last year. I think it was just a tick below, but he's a guy who's signed with Masters University. I'll plug in Nolan Inouye into left field for Team Kemp.
All right. So that brings me 5 and 6. I was already working this out in my head, trying to think ahead. I'm also going to go with a catcher, try to snag another one of those guys. Just looking at my board, I'm trying to get from different schools, but then again, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I really like this guy, alma mater. So I'm gonna go with, Austin probably can say it for me. Let's go. Come on, you can say my pick for me. You can be a guest.
I was hoping he was going to slide a little bit more.
So I'll take Austin Young Jr. Really solid behind the plate. Opposite field power, middle way. That's what you need as a catcher. You just need someone back there that you can, he's going to catch the ball. It's as simple as that, but sometimes it's tough to find. And he's a great kid, watching him play. Obviously, that's where I went. So hopefully passing down the catching genes in
the pipeline.
All right. So let me mark that down real quick. Sorry. AYON.
Hey, Jeff, what's that say on your hat?
Oh, right here. So it's a hat I got from my grandpa. He sent it over a while ago, and I finally found it. But it says, keep back 200 feet. This is my going out hat.
Yeah.
Whenever I go grab groceries.
Going out hat, huh?
Well, just for groceries, It's
okay.
Out of the 6 feet, I want to make sure people are, are full 200.
Yeah, full 200.
Full 200. All right. And then with that, I think I'm going to go. Yeah. Oof.
Just real fast. Zoom meeting. We've removed the 40-minute time limit on our group meeting, so we are set.
Oh, we're sweet. We're set to go.
Just got that notification.
Yeah, yes. I just saw that and I kind of freaked out. Okay, so we got first base is already taken care of. So I am going to go with an outfield spot. I'm going to add a little bit more speed to my outfield. I love speed in the outfield. Austin was my center fielder. Anytime the ball was hit in the outfield, in the air, you can see some videos where I'm walking off the field already because I know that guy's catching it. Someone that kind of reminds me of him with his speed is Sky Collins, if you can. Fastest kid probably on most teams. Every game I went to against Buchanan or with Buchanan in there, he was bunting half the time to get on bases, and he was making it. And you don't have to be the greatest hitter. You can bunt. There's more than one way to get on base, and this kid, he has all the different kinds of ways, and that's what I want.
All right, so we had Sky Collins off the board. It is my pick now, and I am going to go the outfield again, I think, and take AJ Hodgerney over East. Hodgerney is a senior. He's a football guy. He was hitting over 500 again before. I know I keep saying before the season's canceled, but he was hitting a little bit over 500. I think he even went deep in his last game that he played against Bullard. I think that was their last game they played. So he has the power. He has some speed, and I'm happy to plug in AJ Hodgerney probably as my center fielder. So we got AJ Hodgerney from Clovis East off the board.
Yeah, you're very happy with that because he wasn't coming back to you. I was getting that guy. He wasn't coming back. All right. So I need a second baseman. This guy's a freshman. He doesn't play like a freshman, right? Smooth as silk in the field, not overmatched at the plate. All right, another Buchanan kid. I'm going JP Acosta as my second baseman. So I got my middle infield. I got my all bear middle infield.
Mm-hmm.
What was he hitting in the lineup? Was he hitting?
He was at 9.
Oh, he's at 9.
Yeah, he probably would have stayed there the whole year. Not that that's a slight on the kid, but
yeah,
it's just, you're getting your feet wet at varsity baseball as a freshman.
Yeah. Okay.
And then now I got
one more pick.
Your 7th pick, so 7th round, the start of the 7th round.
Hey, we're moving along pretty good here.
Yeah, we are. Pretty good pick.
After Jeff had to really think about his 2nd round pick, I was getting a little worried. But hey,
yeah.
we're.
You guys just threw me all off.
Yeah, you were. All right. Yeah, like Austin threw me off with the Hodgeny pick here. All right, you got me on tilt a little bit. I'm going to recover here. I'm recovering.
Yeah, we got plenty of outfielders still available.
Yeah, that's the thing. All right, so I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to say his name, and I'm going to go another Buchanan kid for my 3rd base. All right, I'm going Evan Wallace. We got him at qualifying at a couple positions. Is that him, Austin?
Yeah, so he's moved around 3rd, 2nd base, and in the outfield this year.
Okay. All right. But you got him at 3rd, so I'm taking him at 3rd. So there's my 3rd baseman right there, Evan Wallace of Buchanan.
Yeah, and just to speak on Evan, he was hitting leadoff a handful of games for Buchanan this year, probably more than half. He's a sophomore. The sky's literally the limit for him as a player. He can kind of do a little bit of everything. He can hit, he can throw, he can run, he can bunt, he plays hard. He's kind of the complete package, and you can kind of use him all over the field this year. So
there you go. That's my guy.
Yeah, good pick on Evan. Okay, so I've got one outfield spot available, and I'm going to go there's a guy.
There is a guy.
There is a guy. How many more outfield spots do you guys have available?
That's your problem. You got to figure that out.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You got to do.
Jeff has one available, and
all right.
You sure about that?
I think so.
Okay, just making sure. That's what I have.
Paul has one available.
No, I got 2. I'll help you out, right?
You took. Oh yeah. You took Wallace at 3rd base. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna take as my last outfielder. I'm going to put him in right field, and it's going to be Corbin Ybarra from Buchanan. He was named our strongest arm in the section in our preseason preview. A lot of power at the plate. He has some offers coming in right now. I know a few Big West schools who have offered him. He's a guy who's going to play Division I baseball, and he's only getting bigger. He's grown up to about 6'3" now, about 185, and he's going to anchor my right field. So in right field, I got Corbin Ybarra, and my outfield's done.
Outfield's closed out. Okay, all right. I think with we're on 7th pick. I'm going to close out my outfield. I'm hoping he's still there. Kind of got lost with all the names. But also, I'm going to have 2 guys in Clovis in my outfield. Ian Mortenson, senior. He's batting .375 right before this all happened. He also pitches for Clovis High as well. He's their number 2. So he's well-rounded, does what he needs to do when he needs to. So that's going to finish out my outfield with Ian Mortenson.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yep. I already forgot that this is a snake, and I'm going up again. There we go. That's Mortenson. Well, that makes it. Let's see. So I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go with first base now. I could have drafted this guy a lot sooner, but with the way this thing is going, I'm going to take from Clovis North, Blake King. Tremendous power, solid at first base. So what more can you say? That's what you need at first baseman. Some guy that hits the ball a mile, and he'll hit it 2 miles if you ask him.
Okay, so the 8th round. I got my outfield. I got my shortstop. I'm looking for second base, first base, and catcher. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go.
Wait, you didn't get at first base yet?
Not yet. I was thrown off my game after Paul took BEAL and NAVARETTE in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it rattled me.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just come to that last because I'm not quite sure yet. So I'm gonna go to catcher right now. And this is a guy. This is a guy who I liked watching as a junior. I didn't like coaching against him because I thought he could leave the yard on any swing. He looks the part. It's kind of like a first guy off the bus type of player. I'm gonna go with Kobe Croft from Clovis High. Kobe Croft. He's a senior. Played outfield last year on their Valley Championship team. Catcher his whole life though. Sat behind Darian Miller, learned, and he was their starter every game behind the plate this year. So I'll go Kobe Croft.
All right. You know what's going to happen, guys? I'm taking 2 outfielders right now, and then for my last pick in the draft, I'm getting a Division I pitcher. So, you know what I mean?
That's how it works out sometimes, and that's okay.
All right. So 2 outfield spots. All right. So I'm sticking with Clovis West. I'm sticking with another football guy. All right. I'm going to Tanner Ewell in outfield.
Okay. All track football or all Clovis football player.
There you go. All Clovis football player. And then, is this my first North kid? Yeah, I think it is. All right, I'm going Clovis North. I'm going Blake Asador, son of Randy Asador, former Major League Baseball player. So, gotta like that pedigree, man. You gotta like the genes there. So, I'm going Clovis North.
Clovis North.
Okay. It's gonna so your last pick is gonna be between Noah Galvan and Ryan O'Hara. 2 of them are D1 guys. They're both D1 guys. One's going to UC Davis, one's going to Fresno State. All right, my 9th round pick. I still have first base and second base to pick from. Oh gosh. All right. I'm gonna go with at first base. I'm going with Nick Marchini from Buchanan. We had 2 first base options to pick from Buchanan. I went with Nick because he's a senior. He as a junior, he played everywhere. He could play first, he could play second, he played third. Does whatever you ask of him. He found a home at first base this year as a senior, and yeah, so I'm gonna go with Nick Marchini from Buchanan as my first baseman.
All right. So that gives me 9-10 back-to-back. And
there you go. You're closing out your team.
Closing out my team. Let's see what I got. All right. I need a shortstop. This one, it kind of fits pretty similar with my second baseman, which, not the biggest dudes out there, but they team leaders. So I'm going to take, let's see, get this right, Miles Henderson, Clovis High senior. Also signed with Masters, same with CASON Brownell. So not only they'll be teaming up on my team, but after this, they'll be teaming up later. So they're just getting a little extra practice in right now. That's all it is.
Good.
And then with that, for my last and final pick to round out my team, I need a third baseman. I'm going to take, also from Clovis High, Braden Nicholson Jr., hitting in around mid-200s. You know, it's kind of a broken record with everything. It's early in the season, and I know just about everyone's getting ready to hit that next switch and turn it around, and all the batting averages and whatnot would skyrocket. So I love watching this guy there. You know, it's filling the spots, and you know, all these guys, high school players, they're gonna, you know, put them where you want, and they're play their hearts out, and it's what you love about high school.
All right. So that's Braden Nicholson off the board.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going second base. And you know what? I'm going to take at second base. He was hitting .348 before the season ended that I just looked at right now. And I'm gonna take Blake Bolton from Clovis East. Junior.
Hey guys, let me just throw that out there. If this was a Call of Duty fantasy draft, how low would I go? Would I be in the dad's league, or where would you categorize?
You would be prime dad's league. You play exactly how it would be if I tried to get my dad on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You're just standing in window seals. You
Sitting in a corner.
You take a long time to, I feel like, react.
Using a machine gun when we're going snipers only.
The best. Man, I got third place in that game. That was my favorite game I've ever played in my life.
And we were all rooting for you. That's for sure though. It made it a little had a little curveball in there, you know. You gotta have that every once in a while.
Wondering, man, how am I killing these guys so easy? These guys must be off their game.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
All right. Luckily I didn't have a microphone because I probably didn't want to hear the names you guys were calling me.
No comment on that.
Comment. All right, so here we go. Last pick. Where's the ESPN draft pick?
You want it?
Yeah, for the very last pick.
I thought that was...
Okay, how can I choose between two Division I pitchers? I mean, no offense to the guy I don't pick.
You just got to reach into a hat.
Well, he's going Division I, and I never did, so hey, they get the last laugh. All right, so I'm going to go with Galvin, Clovis West. I have to. I mean, O'Hara, it was between him and O'Hara going to UC Davis, but I'm just going to go with Galvin. I could have pulled names out of a hat like Jeff did with our draft picks for either one of those guys. So, hey, either way, I got a Division I pitcher with the last pick of the draft, so I'm good.
Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
You.
Not bad.
So you went Galvan.
Galvan.
All right.
There we go.
Okay. What's done is done.
It's written in the book of life. Tell you that.
All right, that was good. We'll see who the victor is, I suppose, then, according to Twitter.
Twitter knows.
We'll make a lineup. We'll put our batting order, who we want to start on the mound, stuff like that, and then we'll put it out there on Twitter for everyone to see. And you guys can vote who you think is going to win.
I got the all Noah pitching staff.
You do.
Oh yeah.
Both Noah's on the mound.
There we go.
All right.
This was awesome. How you guys feel? You guys feel okay?
Yeah, I feel I could have felt better if you didn't have, and those two first basemen going off early just got under my skin.
Yeah.
But why? Okay. But why are you saying? Why are you calling Beal the first baseman? He's a pitcher that hits.
Well, I'm saying one of them would have played first base for me. I'm not going to say like I don't know which one, but I wanted one of them at first base.
Yeah. If you just let me draft my guys first, you know, I'd have felt a lot more comfortable with my team. But you know, you guys had to step in every once in a while and take your picks. So It is what it is.
All right. So we're going to do a little write-up on this as well and attach this video. We're going to put it out on Twitter, put our little rosters out there on Twitter and let the people vote. What are we calling this? Just a one-day round robin, who would beat who kind of thing?
Yeah, we'll just go like if all the teams played each other, who would have a winning record? Who would win the most games probably
overall.
And, yeah, the games are like a week apart, so like all the pitchers are fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So this was a lot of fun. Good job, guys. And Jeff, what else you got there in the background there? You got your Pilates, you got your Native American, what is that?
So I got my my Pilates reformer. It's right there. That's what's keeping me somewhat in shape.
Yeah.
A shape, not sure what kind of shape, but it's a shape. And I got a little mini trampoline kind of right there. It's not bad. Kind of fun when you're watching TV, you get to jump around trampoline inside, you know. No more jumping on the bed. And yeah, we got a couple of those things right there. Those are gifts and I never forgot where those are from, but yeah, you know, just random stuff. You got a mirror, a couple of plants. If you look throughout my house, there's probably a good 20 plants around the house, and we're gonna try to turn the whole thing into a forest. I think that's what my girlfriend's idea was, just as many plants as possible. So new decoration.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, good job. A lot of fun. Austin, Jeff, good to see you. I haven't seen you guys like in what, 2 months? I don't know, 6 weeks.
Like it.
Yeah.
Feels like it. All right, guys. We'll see what the Twitter universe says, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay.
Good.